the first time since arriving in this country, Chinese dissident Chen Guangcheng is speaking out and doing it on 360. You'll recall Mr. Chen is blind, made a daring escape from house arrest. He calls it illegal detention in his village. This is how authorities reacted when actor Christian Bale tried to visit Mr. Chen last year, accompanied by CNN's Stan Grant.
Why can I not go visit this man?
Hollywood actor Christian Bale is used to action. But this is no movie set.
We've been stopped.
Plainclothes Chinese security who would not identify themselves, determined to stop him and our crew, contacting a detained human rights activist.
No, watch it, Christian. Watch. We're trying to get out of here. Once again, we've been stopped. We've been stopped right here. And as you can see, they're pushing Christian here. We're just trying to leave peacefully.
Before we play you my interview with Mr. Chen, I just want to explain what you're going to see in the bottom of your screen there. You're looking at Chinese state TV, where our program is broadcast live on CNN International. We're showing it to you because in the past, when we've reported on Mr. Chen, the Chinese government has cut off our live transmission. They've censored us. So as you watch this interview, you can also watch to see if China will censor our broadcast yet again. There's a slight delay, so that's why they're watching the Christian Bale part. There we are again. Now, Mr. Chen arrived in New York this weekend. He's here with his wife and children, but he's very worried about his relatives left behind. One of his brothers, Chen Guangfu, also managed to slip out of the heavily guarded village, we understand. As we said, the Chinese government is very sensitive about all of this. And again, as you watch this interview, watch that little box at the bottom of the screen to see if the Chinese government decides to censor so that their people don't hear what Mr. Chen is going to say. Here's the interview I had with Mr. Chen Guangcheng earlier today. On the night of April 22nd, a blind activist in China makes a daring escape. Chen Guangcheng, a self-taught lawyer and advocate for the poor, had been a prisoner in his own home for more than 18 months. During that time, he and his wife were periodically and savagely beaten by their Chinese guards. In his first television interview, Chen says he needed to find a way out. You were under house arrest. What was that like?
I want to correct one thing here. When we talk about my situation in the future, let's not use the word house arrest, but instead let's use the term illegal detention. It's hard for me to describe what it was like during the time, but my suffering was beyond imagination.
Did you feel like there was an end to it? Did it feel like it was just going to go on and on?
I didn't see much hope.
Chen is known as the barefoot lawyer in China, a well-known activist who became a government target after he filed a class action lawsuit in 2005 on behalf of poor women who say they were subjected to forced abortions and sterilizations as part of China's one-child policy. Soon after filing the lawsuit, Chen was arrested and jailed for more than 4 years. You filed a class action suit on behalf of these women. Did you know that the state would arrest you? Did you know that you would get in trouble?
It would be dishonest of me to say I had never thought of it, but I didn't imagine they would disregard the law so blatantly.
Why did you begin to speak out?
It was very natural for me. I feel it's in people's nature to want to stop evil and embrace the good. So there was really nothing special there. It was just how I reacted naturally.
You say it's natural to want to speak out against evil, but many people remain silent.
I only feel it's natural reaction from my heart. My nature wouldn't allow me to sit idly by and disregard what was going on. I think everybody should act that way.
After his release, he was detained in his home. Activists, friends, and journalists tried to visit him over the years, only to be violently repelled by the guards who were always outside. Actor Christian Bale was with the CNN crew in 2011 when he tried to go to Chen's house to talk with him.
Why can I not go visit this man? Why can I not go visit this man? Tell me why I cannot go to visit him. He's a free man.
After months of planning, Chen scaled the wall around his house, slipped past his guards, and wandered through the countryside for more than 20 hours, falling down some 200 times, he says, injuring his foot. Finally, he was able to call a friend for help.
After evading danger and obstacles, I was able to get out of Dongshigu village, and then I called my good friend Guo Yushan in Beijing. He quickly led a team to find me and drove me to Beijing. While in Beijing, he found me a safe place to stay temporarily, but then we started to worry about my safety because of my experience in 2005.
Worried for his safety, Chen's friends helped him seek refuge in the U.S. Embassy.
When a group of people come together and accomplish something, they often fight for credit. But in my case, all those people who went to Shandong to pick me up, when the news broke, they were fighting for risk instead of credit. They were all trying to claim responsibility to make others safer. I think this shows me hope in the growth of civil society in China.
After negotiations between the U.S. and China, Chen was finally allowed to leave Beijing, flying to America on a one-year student visa. I understand that on Sunday you spent some time out in the sun, and it was the first time you'd been able to sit out in the sun for a long time.
I hadn't been able to feel nature for a long time. On that day, I had some time to soak in the sun and feel the breeze. I had missed out for too long.
Chen has not sought asylum. Though he's enjoying his temporary freedom, he worries for his friends and families back home. Your nephew has been charged with intentional homicide for defending himself against the people who broke into his house as they were searching for you. What do you think is going to happen to him? Are they trying to punish you through him?
You can already see what's happened to him. It's clear they want to convict him.
Your mother is also still in China. There's reports your brother actually escaped illegal detention back in his home village. Do you worry about them as well?
Of course, I'm very worried. You can see their retribution against my family since my escape has continued and been intensified.
Do you regret speaking out? I mean, given all you've been through, arrested for 4 years, illegally detained in your home, you and your wife, do you regret speaking out?
No, I have no regrets. But I also want to thank all the friends who helped me, including my family members and supporters. I'm very concerned about the safety of some of them.
Chen, his wife, and 2 children have only been in the U.S. for less than a week. Whether he'll ever be able to return to China is unclear. He vows he will continue to speak out.
I don't feel much pressure. It's just a matter of time. I've only been here for a short time. If the pressure in Shandong couldn't silence me, I don't think any other pressure will be able to silence me.